So for my third method of composting in my backyard, this is the Quail Aviary, which I've shown before. It's the walk-in dog kennel that I've outfitted with hardware cloth so that no predators can get in whatsoever. These guys are super safe in here. And that is the nesting box I showed in the previous video that I dumped into the main compost pile. This is now the new bin with all fresh pine shavings that you see they love to peck in it and dry their feathers in it and ruffle their feathers in it. I also do give them a sand bath, which they do enjoy. I don't give it that often, maybe every week or so. But they love to just burrow in there and lay their eggs in there as well. So to just explain the method of composting I use, aside from what was in that box, the floor of this aviary is on the ground. Nothing can really get through it because this used to be old parking lot, so the ground underneath is super rocky and compacted. So it's just wood chips. And I've maybe freshened up the wood chips in here twice at the most since the birds have been here since June. So you could see just from 1 or 2 layers of wood chips how broken down the wood chips along with all of their manure has made this beautiful compost. Now the thing about quail manure is it's a hot manure, so it does take time. You can't put it directly on your plants because it would potentially burn them. So it does need time to break down. So since this has been, we're now beginning of September, so it's been 3 months. What I'm going to do once this dries out just a little bit more, because we just had the tropical storm come through, so it is a little bit more moist to deal with. I'm going to completely change this out and leave this wood chip manure material. I'm going to take out the tumbler compost that's finished, and I'm going to put all of this in the tumbler to finish curing over the fall, and then see how it is after the fall. And if it looks good, I'm going to lay it on top of the gardens during the winter. So during the winter, it'll continue to break down on top of the beds and be ready for direct planting in the spring. So you'll see there's also other materials in here. When I've given them scraps of food, when I've given them different green materials, some of that is left, but the rest of it they ate, which is mainly why I gave it to them in the first place. But you'll see there's also a lot of their feathers, so that adds good organic material to the compost. There's also bugs in there. See, he's probably finding some in there to peck away at. I do have to come in here with this little hand rake and just kind of move it around because unlike chickens, quails really don't turn over their manure into the material like chickens do. They do burrow in loose material like that. Oh, there, they just mated. That little quail fighting, that's okay. It's just play for the most part. So I do have to come in and just rake it around just to kind of move it about. But this is a beautiful source of free compost. Just their constant manure droppings that they just lay wherever all day long, breaking down the wood chips.